So I realized at a young age that I was a lesbian, and I was scared of that. I was afraid of what that meant for me. I had thoughts of suicide. I had, even though they were fleeting thoughts, and I never attempted suicide, I never did any self-harm, I still had thoughts of that, and I was still afraid of that. I was afraid of coming out to my family. I was afraid to tell my friends that I was gay. I was afraid of being ostracized by the society. I was afraid of what that meant. I felt as though that had to be my whole identity, and I wasn't able to really be myself. I had to be something that society thought I needed to be. In high school, I came out when I was 15 in a small town of Coudersport, Pennsylvania, and once I told people, there were some people that would bully, they would yell hurtful words, they would call me a dyke, they would call me a fag, they would call me other names, they would threaten to beat me up. Fortunately, nobody ever actually beat me up, but I was discriminated against by my high school basketball coach. He benched me. I wasn't able to play basketball in college as I thought I was going to be able to. When I was coming out, I was afraid. I didn't have anybody to reach out to. I didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't have anybody to turn to except for some of my friends. But it was, at first, I was afraid of who I could trust or who I could come out to, because if I lost friendships, then I would have been more afraid. I would have wanted to go back in the closet. And when I came out, it was 17 years ago, so we didn't have the internet, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have access to a larger society, a more diverse society, so that I could feel like I wasn't alone. What I'm doing now is I'm speaking at different venues, I'm speaking at different colleges and classrooms, and getting the word out there about gay and lesbian discrimination, and telling my story and telling them what I went through and making it personal, so that they can understand that your adversities can make you stronger, and when you come through them and you find peace in your own heart and you trust your own strength and your inner strength, and you really grasp a hold of that, that you can make a huge difference in the world. If the SAFELine number was available when I was coming out, I absolutely would have called it. I would have used it. I would have just talked to somebody to say, hey, this is what I'm going through. Is this normal? Am I okay? You know, the church is telling me that I'm going to, go to hell, and that was a struggle for me too. And I didn't have anybody that I could talk to, that I could trust. And if there would have been some anonymous person on a line that I would have known about, that I absolutely would have called them, because it would have given me a sense of comfort, or a sense of at least belonging in some form or another.